All right, welcome everybody to the first Career Academy session of fall 2022. Today's topic is Get the Most Out of Handshake, Mercy's Job, Internship and Connections portal. My name is Lynn Leese. I'm the Director of Career Education here at Mercy College. And I just want to talk to you for a moment about Career Academy, the series. There are 5 workshops set up this semester covering topics like this one, Get the Most Out of Handshake, preparing for our 2 career fairs that we are hosting this fall, a bit about AI, artificial intelligence in your job search, and building your social capital. If you attend 3 out of 5 of the Career Academy sessions, you earn a digital badge and you're entered to win our grand prize, which this semester is an iPad. To record your attendance for those purposes, we do ask you to complete a survey at the end of this session. If you are joining us live, we will be posting that link at the end of this session. If you are unable to complete it right now, or if you are watching this as a recording after the fact, there will be a link right on our website to the survey to take. So if you want to be counted toward your badge and towards your iPad raffle, make sure that you do complete that survey afterwards, and I'll be back at the end to help you with that link. With that said, I'm going to turn this over to 2 of our amazing team members to take you through Handshake. And I'll turn this over to you, Reggie and Sharon. Reggie, you're muted.
You're muted, Reggie.
Awesome. Hello, everyone. My name is Reggie Coleman. I'm an Associate Director for Career and Professional Development here at Mercy College on the Manhattan campus.
And my name is Sharon O'Kane. I am the Assistant Director for Career and Professional Development here at the Dobbs Ferry campus.
Awesome. So I would like to just briefly go over our agenda for today. So first, I'm going to provide you with the overview of Handshake, followed by searching for jobs and internships. We're going to go over how you follow employers, schedule an appointment, how to register for events, how to connect with fellow students, how to connect with employers, and also we would like to give you some information in case you might need help with Handshake. So just starting with the overview, in short, Handshake is your primary career portal. So with Handshake, this is your tool that you will be using throughout your course here at Mercy and potentially your alumni life, where you can find career opportunities, events, and also connections with peers and employers. So now I'm going to turn it over to Sharon, and she's going to provide some more information for you all.
All right, thank you so much, Reggie. Thank you. So today I'm going to be giving you a little bit of a demo in terms of how to search for internships and jobs, as well as doing some other things on Handshake, such as following employers and scheduling an appointment. So what I'll do is I'll take us to the Handshake website so that we can look at how to find jobs and internships and other opportunities. So what you would do is you would go to mercy.joinhandshake.com. And if you're not logged in, you can log in with your Mercy credentials or the email address that you use to register to Handshake. And there you'll be taken to the homepage. So there's a lot of information here, but when it comes to looking for opportunities, the first thing you'll want to do is go to the jobs section here at the top left. And so when you click here, you'll see your search bar, which typically looks like any other job search website, as well as filters that you can use when searching for opportunities. And so there are a variety of jobs that you can look for on Handshake, whether they're full-time jobs, internships, part-time jobs, on-campus jobs, and a lot more. And you can also filter it by location whenever you're searching for jobs. There are more filters under the All Filters section. And this can help you just to look at some more things more specifically, whether it's a job role that you're looking at in particular, an industry that you might be looking at to work for, or maybe even an employer or your major. You can also put that in, and that will populate jobs that you might be searching for. So for example, if let's say I was a legal studies student and I wanted to look for a legal assistant job, I'll just type in legal assistant here. Perhaps maybe I'm located at Dobbs Ferry, and that will populate the location. And you can also choose the distance in terms of like, how far you want to go in terms of job search. So a lot of different jobs are popping up for when you type in legal assistant, and you can just keep scrolling through and seeing what you might be interested in. When you're doing this, just a few things to note. When you're looking at the job description itself, the first thing that you might see is, all the different information about the role itself in terms of the application deadline. Maybe a salary is there too. The whether remote workers are allowed as well to work for this. And you can just get more information from the job description. When you scroll down, there's more information about the actual employers, and we'll talk about those who have been employed in those workplaces as well. But the most important thing that I wanted you to know is that when you're looking at these jobs, you can save the job if you don't want to apply for it straight away. So you can actually go into this section here and see any saved jobs that you have. But the most important thing that you want to do is, of course, apply for the job. And the little red button that'll be at the front will either say apply or apply externally. So when it says apply, that is typically just your usual, I'm applying through Handshake. It'll ask you to attach your resume, your cover letter, whatever they're asking for, as well as some more work authorization questions. If this was external, for example, I'm looking at JP Morgan's job right here. They might tell you that they want you to apply externally, and that will actually take you to another website. But you'll also typically have to attach something in order to get to that section. So that's just a few things to note as you're applying for jobs. You do need an approved resume to apply for jobs properly. And I think we've mentioned this through emails, and in the past, you might have spoken to a career coach about this. If you apply and you do not have a resume on your profile, you can still upload your resume and go for the application. But we do want to let you know that that application won't go through until it's approved by the Career Center. And so if you realize that it hasn't gone through yet, or you get an alert at the top of your application, just come back to the Career Center and we can check and see if your resume is approved or if there's things that you need to do to edit your resume. And so they might also ask for other things like cover letters or other documentation. If you are applying for on-campus jobs, Federal Work Study will ask for a Federal Work Study application form. And so that's also something to note. One other thing as well is that Handshake is good for research opportunities. And so if you are interested in searching for STEM research opportunities, you can type research at the top here into the search bar, and it'll populate research summer analyst jobs, other research jobs that might be of interest to you. The other thing that you can do specifically is that faculty here at Mercy have posted a list of STEM research opportunities. And so for that, you would just go in and you would type in Mercy College STEM Ready. And then that will populate all the jobs from Mercy College that the faculty have posted. And so if you are a STEM Ready student looking for some summer research opportunities, or you might be interested in positions and postings that faculty put up, you can find it this way. And so clicking on the employer name as well will give you a list of those opportunities. So that's just in a nutshell how to search for jobs on Handshake. The other thing that you can do with Handshake is follow employers. And so if you were to go back to the Handshake homepage, there's a variety of ways that you can connect with employers so that you can see what they're doing. They can show you what jobs are available. You can also follow them so that if they have any events, you will know about them. And there's two ways that you can do that. The first way is to go to Mercy College Career Center here at the top. And this is a great place to kind of see everything that Mercy College, we as a team are offering. This is where the appointments live, resources, experiences, surveys, and so many other things. And the main area that would be important to you when it comes to employers is the curated employer section. So we choose different employers that we know are great for internships, whether they might invest in diversity. And when you click into here, you will be able to see some of the employers that we've highlighted that are good for these categories, and you can click here and follow them. The other way that you can do this is if you just click employers at the top left here, and this will give you all the employers that are on Handshake. And so all you would do is just look for an employer that you might be interested in, or you can scroll down, you can filter this by the industry as well. Let's say, for example, I wanted to follow One Care LLC. I can just follow them right here. And so once I follow them, I'm able to see what jobs they have. I can get more information about their location and how many employees they have, more about the employer, and also just events and other things that they're doing. So that's a great thing that we would recommend that students and alumni and anyone that's on Handshake does, so that you can get more information about the employees. And then finally, one of the most important things that we do is, of course, scheduling appointments. We do want to see your face. We want to speak to you and help you, whether you're looking for resume assistance, cover letters, if you need help with interview skills, this would be the place that you can find it. So you would go to Mercy College Career Center again, and you would go to the appointments section right here. When you click appointments, it'll come up with any upcoming appointments that you have or past appointments that you had. This is good so that you can see at least what you've done in the past, or remind yourself of any appointments you might have for the future. So if you want to schedule a new appointment, you would click schedule a new appointment, and it will typically take you to a page, which I'm just going to refresh. There we go. And it will ask you whether you're looking for a career coach appointment or if you wanted to use the interview. At the moment, I don't believe that you can use this feature to schedule an interview room here at our Doxbury office, but you could definitely email us at cpd@mercy.edu if you're in need of that. So typically we'll just recommend that you use the career coach appointments section, and then you can choose whatever appointment type that you need, whether it's career exploration, interview tips, searching for a job, whatever it is you need. So let's say I want to look for a job. The list will come up with all the different slots available for different career coaches. You can filter it by the type of career coach appointment you're looking for. You can also filter it by staff members if you would like to. But typically we recommend that you can see anybody and everybody. It all depends on what you would like to do and what you would like to hear. So for example, next Tuesday, I want to schedule an appointment with Reggie. So I'll click here, and then it will give me the option to choose what type of appointment medium I want. So for Reggie here, he has the option of a video call. But there's more options too. If you would like to meet with us on campus, whether you want to meet with us virtually on Handshake, whatever it is, there are different options depending on the career coach. And then we really recommend that you add some notes too as to what you would like for us to do for you, so that we have something that we can prepare ourselves for when we schedule that appointment. And then you just click request and you're good to go. So you'll receive a notification from Handshake when that's done. Just to remind you as well, we'll have more alerts on your emails before the appointment, so that you remember that you have that appointment. And if you at any time need to go in and change that, you can also go back and change the appointment once that's done. And so that's how to schedule an appointment on Handshake. And we always recommend that you send us your resume or cover letter where possible before the meeting. All right, so I'll now turn it back to Reggie, who will talk to us about how to register for an event.
Awesome. So Handshake is a great tool also for you to attend events. I know in college it's great to get out and to experience new things and to, get your feet wet in different fields and figure out what that looks like for you and how the feeling is. So if you go to Handshake, there is a feature at the top of the webpage that allows you to not only search for events, but to also register for events. So at the top left of the corner on your homepage, you will see jobs, events, and employers. If you select the events tab, and if you scroll down, so for an example, we have a career fair coming up on October the 12th. So I'm going to use that as an example. So if you click on the career fair, there you have it. At the top right, you see register, click the button. And after you click the button, you're literally registered. It's literally that easy. And next to the register button, you can also save it. So that way it can serve as a reminder, or you can always get back to it so you can find it quicker in your search bar. So a couple of fun facts that I would like to share with you all regarding registration and such is one, registration is free. So if you want to register for any of our events and such, they're free. All events are free. You can also find out all of our employee events. Our events live in Handshake as well as other events. They take place outside of Handshake as well. So an employer might post something on Handshake, but the event might take place outside of Handshake. So that's great also. And then also, for the most part, as I mentioned, most of our events are hosted on Handshake, such as our virtual career fair is coming up on October the 12th from 1 to 3. Please, 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 please make sure that you attend and, look around and browse around. You will learn more about our career fair in our next Career Academy session. Another perk for Handshake is that not only are you able to search and register for events, but you can also search for internships and also connect with employers and connect with peers who may have worked or is currently working at a particular place that you're interested in. So for an example, if you select jobs, which is what you'll be looking for, internships will be under that tab as well. On the left-hand side, you will see just a whole entire list of internships and jobs and such. You can always, as Sharon mentioned before, go into your filter and filter it to what you're specifically looking for. But just for example, if you click on the first, very first top internship, you see Summer 2023 Corporate Internship Program. If you go all the way, like if you look at the bottom, you're going to see like a little purple box that says talk to a peer. On the home page, if you scroll down, that option is still available, but you have 3 peers that you can connect to. This would be a great opportunity for you to ask questions, for you to ask about the requirements, to ask about, the climate of the environment and things of that nature. If you would like to connect with an employer, it's pretty simple. If you go to your filter tab, there would be a middle section under employer contacts. You want to select employer is open to messaging. After that, you want to show all of your results. And similar to your peers, if you scroll down, there is an option where you can reach out to an employer and converse with them again to just learn more about the particular job or internship that you are seeking. So I think that's a great opportunity for you to connect with people. That way, if you do get the job or that internship, you already have made that connection with a couple of people there. So that way your transition into that particular field, it wouldn't be like slightly awkward because you already know someone that you connected with prior. So I think that's a great tool and feature.
Awesome, thank you, Reggie. And we just want to remind you all that if you do need help with Handshake, myself and Reggie, we are here to help. Our emails are there on the screen, and you will see it under our profiles on Handshake as well, if you need some assistance with Handshake. Typically, you can also go to the Handshake website itself. And if you click on your initials on the top right of your page, and you click help under the tabs, you can actually get Handshake support to help you. They're also quite receptive, and they're always happy to help students, alumni, and anyone that needs some assistance with Handshake. All right, and I'll turn it over to Lynn now. Who'll give us a little message about our survey.
Thank you. This is just as they're winding down, and I know Reggie and Sharon will take questions as well. I just first wanted to say there's so much in Handshake that I think students are not necessarily aware of. We hope that you see it's not just where you find a federal work study job, for instance, or an internship, but there's so many points of connection between our staff at Mercy, faculty at Mercy who are posting things, peers at other institutions who could be in your network, and then these really informal opportunities to chat with an employer before you even apply. So just to, just capsulating kind of everything that they've shared today, there's so much to do. And we know that making these points of connection is so important to your career path. So I'm just really thrilled to have our team kind of show you more about how you do that. Again, as I mentioned in the beginning, to count your attendance for this academy in terms of your badge and your iPad raffle entry, you do need to complete a survey. I think the simplest thing, actually, given the makeup of folks in the room today, is that we'll send an email out to attendees right after this, so that you can have a link to that survey. It will also be posted up on the website shortly, along with the video of today's recording. So again, if you are planning to attend this as a series, please complete that survey or watch this recording and then complete that survey, and that's how we'll count your attendance. So just making a final pitch for that. And I'll turn it back over to you all in case there's a question. Nicole, I know that you're driving, but if you have a question and you can safely pitch it in right now, please feel free.
So I feel like everything was explained pretty well, but one thing I would ask, you said that because I don't have a Handshake account, I don't think, because I don't have the app. And I would probably most likely use it on my phone day to day. But so you just use it with your Mercy like Connect or Blackboard information?
Correct. Yeah. So when you go onto the link, mercy.joinhandshake.com, it'll ask you to log in with your Mercy College credentials. So if you are already connected to, I think you connect, it'll automatically populate and then go straight into Handshake. Alternatively, you can log in with your email address, but it all depends on if you were a current student. I'm not sure. I didn't ask Nicole whether you're a current student or whether you're an alum, but that will depend in terms of your login.
Yeah, so I'm a current student right now. I'm a junior. So
okay.
Yeah, when I had to get this link, it had me sign in through my Mercy email. So I don't know if that created my account already, or
Correct.
if that was, yeah. So I think I might have, but yeah, I definitely have to log in on the computer and take a look at the website though.
Yeah, definitely take a look. When you go in and you log in, more than likely it's going to ask you all the preliminary questions like your profile, who you are, your education, and etc. So just do that. And then typically, if you already had a Handshake account, you'll just go in straight. But if you didn't, and it creates it with the Mercy College credentials, then it'll come to us and we have to approve it. Correct me if I'm wrong, Reggie or Lynn, but I believe that's how it would be.
Yes, that sounds right to me.
Okay. All right, cool. Sounds good. Thank you.
No worries.
Sharon, forgive me if you did this in your walkthrough of job searching, but if students are looking for federal work study, do you mind
showing that? Yes.
Yeah.
So I did mention that that's a filter. I'm actually going to, let me go back and show you how to find that. So let's just go here and then I can show you. So typically with federal work study, to filter federal work study jobs, you'd go back to the job section and all you'd have to do is just filter it by on-campus jobs. That's the easiest way to find federal work study jobs. So when you click on campus, it'll come up with a lot of opportunities that are federal work study. There are also going to be on-campus jobs that perhaps aren't under federal work study, but they're far and few between. So typically, if you are filtering it under on-campus, it would be a federal work study position. The other thing is if you're not filtering, you can just search by either putting in federal work study or FWS or campus employee, student worker. Those are typically what the title would be. So if you just search it under those terms, then you should be able to find something because not all of them are under the same name, but at least if you put any of those terms in, then you should be able to find something.
Thank you.
Yeah. There we go. Oh, and I did want to.
Do you have any other questions? Oh, sorry, Sharon.
Oh, no. I'm so sorry. I did forget something that I wanted to mention with the postings that sometimes might trip some students up. When you're looking for a job and you want to apply for, everything and anything. Let's say, for example, I'm going back to the legal assistant position that I want. I just wanted to highlight something in the job description here. So when you're scrolling down, there is a box here in the middle that says you match or you might not match some of the employer's candidates' preferences. And I know that some students have mentioned, well, you know, this thing pops up that I'm not matching with their preferences, so I'm not going to apply. And I just wanted to make a note that if you do see that box, while it's good to see that you're that you're meeting the preferences or not, just apply for the job anyway, because you never know. The employer might see your resume, your cover letter, and think, well, this is a really amazing individual that I still want to employ. Their settings are in there for the sake of, Handshake. They have to put those in. But typically, you can still apply for jobs, even if it says you don't match the preferences. Still apply and try. You can only try. Sorry, maybe.
Awesome. That's a really good point too. Like, don't let it discourage you. Just apply either way. I like that point that you made. Nicole, do you have any other questions?
Not necessarily that I could think of right now. Actually, no, I do. So as far as uploading my resume, I would just do that on my account, and then you guys have to approve of it, because I know you guys were talking about the approval part. And like, where do you upload it? Is there like a account profile thing on Handshake, or?
I can answer this question. Yes, there is, and we probably should have showed this as the most important thing to do before you can even apply for the jobs. So on your profile, if you click your initials here, if you scroll down, you've got a few things that you can see, whether it's your profile, the jobs, interviews, documents is what you're looking for. So if you go to my documents, I currently don't have anything uploaded, but what it would be is you can select from your computer to upload your resume, your cover letter, maybe it's a federal work study application form, whatever it is, you would click select from computer. And then typically you'll get the option to upload your resume under resume, or it all depends on what document you're trying to put in there. That's also going to be something that they highlight on your profile. So if you just click your profile to look at it, it'll ask you to build your profile faster by uploading a resume. And this would allow you to put in your education, your work experience, any organizations that you're affiliated with, or courses. That will also help your profile look stand out, because employers will be looking at your Handshake profile and using that to determine if you're a candidate that they'd like to speak to. So it's best to always have a resume that can help you to populate all these things, put in your interests on your profile as well. But Handshake continues to prompt you to allow you to build up your profile better, so that you at least have everything on there and employers can see everything. I hope that answers your question, Nicole.
Yes, perfect. Thank you.
Awesome.
You have any other questions?
No, I think you guys pretty much covered everything.
Okay. Well, if you have any other questions, no problem. If you have any other questions, or whoever's viewing this video, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to Sharon or myself, or another member of the Career and Professional Development Department. We'll be glad to help assist you with anything that you might need help with.
All right. Thank you guys so much.
No problem. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for joining us today. That concludes our first Career Academy session. Thank you again to Reggie Coleman, Associate Director, Sharon O'Kane, Assistant Director, for taking us through this. And enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See ya.